What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Cody Campbell with High Ground Gaming. Today we are unboxing, building, and reviewing the AndaSeat Dark Demon gaming chair. I'm going to start by walking you through the specs, then I'll unbox it, let you take a look at the parts. After that, we'll build it, and you can see the whole process. Then we'll go to the review portion where I'll give you my thoughts, and from there, I'll give you High Ground Gaming's final score on it. Stick around. So this guy comes in all black, or it comes in a combination of red and black. I believe they sent us the red and black version, so that's the one we'll be building today. It has an all steel frame, so it's going to be really heavy, but it's also going to be really sturdy. You don't need to worry about bending or flex or anything like that. It has their version of AD plus PVC leather, which is supposed to be easier to clean and more resistant to wear and tear than regular PU leather. So we'll have to take a look and see what that's like, see if the comfort and the texture matches up. It goes from 90 to 160 degrees of recline and has PU coated wheels, which is supposed to help protect your flooring. Let's open it up. Okay, first impressions of this faux leather. I don't know, it feels a little odd, but it doesn't feel bad. It feels a little like more slippery than regular PU leather, but now I can't tell how much of that's just in my head, like I'm looking for it to be different. The general comfort of it, it feels good though. All right, let's open the rest of it. Here's the big seat. Looks good. Always be cautious with this. You don't want to accidentally cut the chair as you're cutting tape. I try and keep the knife facing away from the chair at all times. Just make little nicks in the tape. Don't cut all the way through it and then just rip it the rest of the way. Feels good. Same kind of odd texture. It's probably why it's so easy to clean. Ooh, yeah, there's like a film to it almost. Plastic. All right, let's get this out of here. What's interesting is that there only seems to be one lever on here. Usually there's two levers. Usually there's one for the seat to go up and down, and there's another for the recline. So that's weird. We'll have to figure that out. All right, I'm gonna lay all this out for you real quick so you can get a good look at it, and then we'll start building. All right, we've got everything laid out here. Let's build it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is in its completed form. I think I might have made a mistake in putting these arms out. This is a little further out than I thought they were going to be, but that's an easy fix. So they have these buttons on the inside of the armrests so that you can slide them back or forward if you want, and then they lock into place. They also rotate, and that doesn't lock, but it does sort of click into place, so you're probably not going to move it on accident. That's something that you'll only do intentionally. There's also buttons on the side which you can use to lower or raise the arms of the chair. The cushioning is very comfortable right off the bat. The pillows stay in place. The neck one isn't adjustable, which is going to vary for some people. Some people won't mind it. It's right where I would like it to be, but if you're taller or shorter than me, I'm 6 foot even, then maybe that's not where you would want it to be. I mentioned before that the lever on the bottom for lowering and raising it, that there wasn't one for recline. And what I didn't know is that's because there's actually a handle on the side of the seat. And this thing reclines really far back. It's kind of scary how far back it goes, actually. The seat, when you recline it, pull the lever, and it does come back on its own. It's got a nice springiness to it. Overall, it's a pretty comfy chair. So what I'm gonna do is take this, throw it in my office, I'm gonna play some games with it, and then I'll let you know what I think in the review section. Don't go anywhere. We're back. I've spent some time with the AndaSeat Dark Demon gaming chair, and I'm ready to talk about it. But first, real quick, just hit the subscribe button. Just do it, all right? I won't tell anyone. Just be a pal. But let's talk about the chair. There's a few things that you should know about this if you're thinking about buying it. First of all, it's a big boy. This is a big chair. It's got a wide seat, it's got a tall back, it's got large lumbar and neck support pillows, it's got big wide armrests. Everything about it is on the bigger side. It's gonna take up a big footprint in your office or bedroom or wherever you choose to put it. So you really need to be aware of that. But if you're looking for a larger gaming chair, then this is one of the better ones we've seen. The build quality on this thing is absolutely fantastic. Nothing rattles or clicks or pops. It's all very solid. The 80 plus PVC leather is actually really nice. I ended up liking it quite a lot. That filminess that I mentioned in the unboxing video went away after a day or two of use. I think that just was the packaging kind of did that to it. I don't think that's what it actually feels like. It's just one of those things that needs to air out a little bit. The texture of it has a really premium feel to it, and as they advertised, it's very easy to clean. I only had it for a couple weeks, so I didn't really get the opportunity to test whether or not it's resistant to stretchiness. That's something that you'll only find out over the course of having it for a year or so, but it seems really durable, so I believe AndaSeat when they say that. The cushioning is some of the best I've ever sat in. It's firm, but also cushy. It's never uncomfortable, but you also don't sink through it. It actually strikes quite a perfect balance between being firm, but also being comfortable. The only thing that I found slightly uncomfortable about it is the fact that the lumbar and neck supports are so thick. They're pretty thick off the chair, which maybe that would break in a little bit over time. I'm not really sure, but for now, when my lumbar and neck are up against the pillows, my upper back, everything in between the neck and the lumbar, doesn't touch the chair at all because I'm pushed so far out away from it. It's not just supporting my lower back and neck, it's holding them off the chair. So that might just be me. Maybe it's just my body type doesn't quite work with these cushions. I'm sure I could get some different cushions or just remove them, but that's just something I felt like I needed to point out. The adjustability on this thing is insane too. The armrests, the 4D armrests go up, they go down, they slide forward, they slide back, they move side to side. There's a whole bunch of different options for these. And not only is there a bunch of different options, they all lock in place, so you don't need to worry about them sliding around while you're gaming. I know some chairs you get the dimensional movement, but they just sort of free spin, so you can't really lean on them or trust them not to slide around while you're working with them. And I much prefer these. These are really nice. The material is sort of a firm rubber. It's not the softest, cushiest thing in the world, but it's not uncomfortable either. It's not like a hard plastic or anything. My arms never got red marks or fatigue or anything from using them, so that was pretty nice. And it also doesn't really cause you to sweat that much, which is another good thing to have. The vertical incline is really nice too. It's got a nice snappy return action on it, and you can go back as far or as short as you like, all the way from 90 to 160 degrees, I believe. And it's comfortable in virtually any of those positions. In fact, I think reclining is actually more comfortable than upright for this particular chair. And that's one thing that I do have to point out. One thing that is not adjustable is the incline of the seat. And there is a little bit of a slope to it. You sort of sink back into it. And that's not terrible, but it does feel like that incline is just a hair too steep, and it would be nice if the seat were adjustable, especially given how expensive this chair is. Having that option would be a pretty big pro. It's not that big a deal, and the lumbar support keeps you so far forward in it that it doesn't really bother me that much, but I could see how with some people having to sort of lean back like that isn't necessarily what you want. You want to be able to sit upright if you're using it for work rather than gaming. So that's something to consider as well. But now let's get down to the verdict. So the AndaSeat Dark Demon gaming chair is comfortable. It's made of really nice materials and it's highly adjustable. The downside is that it is somewhat expensive. It's cheaper than most of AndaSeat's other chairs, but it's still $400, which is a pretty penny for a gaming chair, let's be honest. But the question is ultimately whether or not the experience is worth the price. We think that this is a really good gaming chair for gamers looking for a chair that is larger than most other gaming chairs, especially if you're looking for a premium gaming chair and you're willing to pay for it. It's not the only big and tall gaming chair out there, but it's really well made. It has a wide, comfortable seat and a sturdy back. It looks nice. It's a decent chair. So we decided to give it a 4.1 out of 5. The biggest dock to the score was the price. It is expensive. There's no two ways about it. But honestly, I think it's kind of worth the price, especially if you're a bigger gamer looking for a chair with firm cushioning, and especially if you're somebody who really wants a lot of neck and lumbar support. Those thick pads aren't necessarily a con if you have lower back problems and you really need a lot of support. That's awesome. It's also just a good looking chair. If you like to stream or if you're a YouTuber and you want a good looking chair behind you, then this one definitely will fit the bill. That's gonna do it for us today, folks. Why don't you go ahead and drop down into the comments and let us know. Do you like this chair? Is this one that you're thinking about getting, or do you have some other ones on your list that you're thinking about instead? And if so, drop those links into the comments so that other people can check them out as well. Also, while you're doing that, like, subscribe. You'd be doing me a favor, and I'd appreciate it. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. Happy gaming.